Welcome to my channel, and I'm back with you once again with another video of Microsoft Flight Simulator 24. Nowadays, I'm exploring the Airbus A350 by iniBuilds in the Microsoft Flight Simulator, and in this regard, I'm planning to make a series of videos so that I can just break down all the information related to a flight into different videos, which will make it easy for you to look for a specific information on my channel. But before this, I just wanted to upload a video in which I will just give you a complete walkthrough of this plane. It's especially for the beginners, but for those people who know how to fly the Airbus A320. So if you're really familiar with that plane, you will be easily flying it. So that's why I will just take you through the procedures. It's not a detailed tutorial, so it's a short flight from Riyadh to Qatar. It was actually the first flight I ever took in my real life last year with the Qatar Airways, and today I'm also using the Qatar Airways livery. Right now I'm at the King Khalid International Airport. It's a short flight, so I will be flying it. So let's get some power in the plane. You have these 4 switches for the battery over here, and the external power is already available, so I can just connect the external power. And now the MFDs and the EFBs are on. It's like one of the best planes right now in the Microsoft Flight Simulator, and if you know how to fly it, you will really enjoy all the flights. So first of all, let's get the iris alignment. So these are the controls for the ADIRS, nav, and nav, and that's it. I have actually set the iris alignment to instant, so that's why it's done instantly. Now I would just like to take you through a few things on the EFB. Let's go to the options, and you have the third party. So over here I have the SimBrief user ID. You can connect this plane with the SimBrief, and plus if you are not connected with the Navigraph, you will see a QR code over here. You can just scan it and you can connect this EFB with your Navigraph account. And due to this, you will be able to see the airport chart over here on the navigation display. So this is one thing I just wanted to show you. Then you have some settings for the iris. I've set it to instant, and linked instruments none. So if I make any change over here, it will not appear over here on this side. So these instruments are not linked. And auto tiller disconnect. This is actually a tiller. This controls the nose wheel during the taxi. So if you have a separate controller, then obviously you can deactivate this option, but right now I'm using the rudder controls for the tiller, and as soon as the plane is on the runway and it's ready to take off, then this tiller is disconnected, and then your rudder control actually controls the rudder. Okay. And auto remove covers, I've set it to no, and that's it. Default panel state, I've set it to auto, but you can also change it to different states. So there are so many settings over here that you can change the units. The charts that I'm using are from Navigraph, and auto EFB brightness I have set it to yes, and EFB boot time again instant, fast or real, you can change it. And these are just this is the throttle calibration. I will what I'll do is this. I'll give you a link in the description for the configuration of your controllers for Airbus A320, the V2 version by iniBuilds. And if you configure your controllers according to that, then no need to just like change anything over here. You will see a bit of a difference over here. Actually, my systems are not working really good. I think I have been on vacation and somebody has been fiddling around with the controls, so my thrust levers are messing around. I'm planning to buy a new one. I'm actually using the Thrustmaster side stick and the TCA quadrant. But if you're using some other controller, then you can search on the internet for the settings. But anyhow, it works. So during this video, when I will just give power to the engines, you will see some difference over here. Kindly excuse me for that. I have some technical issues. And then noise cancelling, headphones, no, and all these options related to sound and call outs. I have turned it on for all the altitudes. Volume control, everything is good. Third party, I've taken you from there. And simulation, you can just like go through it. No need to change so many things over here. Just keep it like this. Okay, and for the ground, you can have the ground services over here. You can also access all these options at the bottom. Now, another interesting thing, you can make a flight plan over here. You don't have to go to the sim brief, but as it's an iniBuilds plane, so that's why it uses the the sim brief account for the flight plan. I don't make a flight plan over here. So what I do is this: I just import it from the sim brief. So I'm just going to open the EFB of the simulator, and I have this sim brief dispatch system over here. I will give you a link in the description. If you don't know how to install it for the Microsoft Flight Simulator, you will be able to do it. Then let's have a new flight, and let's quickly make a flight plan over here. So it will be OERK, which is King Khalid International Airport, and OTHH, Hamad International Airport for Qatar. Airframe, let's select the 350-1000. And it's by iniBuilds. Cost index, I'm keeping it auto. This is something new that I've started to exercise. So instead of entering a value from my side, I just keep it at auto and enjoy whatever the sim brief actually gives me. So it's kind of a surprise element. Okay, so just keep it like this, the cost index, and plus the altitude, I will also keep it at auto. Passengers, I will go with the full passengers, and freight, I will keep it at auto. And fuel planning, I always take 60 minutes of extra fuel, as I'm not paying anything from my pocket, so I really don't care about it. That's it. So let's generate the flight plan. And that's it. Now you can just go and import this flight plan from the sim brief, and now you will see that all the information is there. Now if you go to the ground services, is there a jetway over here? Yes, there is. So let's connect the jetway, and you can have the ramp truck and luggage and catering. So let's go out and see. I'm not using the GSX Pro. I'm planning to get it installed. So maybe in the future I also start to use GSX Pro. I think the jetway is a bit reluctant, hesitant in getting connected. Now the door is open. The animations are really good for this plane. Especially if you're doing a flight in the night, you will really like it. I have actually purchased Hamad International Airport, and trust me, it looks beautiful in the night. So I will also do a flight in the night, and I will just upload it on my channel, and I'll just show it to you then how real it is. So as the ground services are being carried out, I can just go to the load sheet, and I can get the load from the sim brief, and I can set the zero fuel weight. It's done instantly, and that's it. And set the fuel, you can set it to realistic, or you can just do the instant refueling. It's 19.6 tons or 19,664 kilograms. Just make sure it's there. Yeah, fuel on board 19,700, and that's it. And that's it. So you have everything from the sim brief. You have to do this takeoff performance for the FMS. So let's go to this MFD, and you have MFS 1 over here. FMS. I just said MFS. Yeah, FMS 1. Excuse me for that. And then you have the initialization page. So you can also go to the initialization over here. So it's just like the Airbus A320. You can also, cycle through different menus using these buttons. Now you can get the company flight plan, and it's received now. Just insert, and you have the whole flight plan over here. Let's get rid of this message over here. So trip wind, I think, yeah, it has disappeared. Wind, yeah, so the wind is already there. you can see that at different waypoints you can get the wind. So let's get back to initialization. Now in the initialization, you will see the cruising altitude is 29,000. It has picked it up automatically, and cost index is 200. So I will be just going at a very high speed and burning lots of fuel. Now let's go to departure. Let's get rid of this message. Now for the departure, let's go to this operational flight plan. One of the best things I like about this plane is this, that you have these controls over here on the right hand side. You can click any of it, and then you can just, instead of scrolling, you can jump to that section. So I can go to this option routing and look at the runway, which is 33 right, and LTAV 1D. So 33 right, LTAV 1D, and that's it. And for Hamad International Airport, you have 34 left, higher 1R. So 34 left, approach ILS 34 left via MCAT, higher 1R. There is something interesting I just want to tell you. That let's say if right now this arrival procedure was here, but if you want to scroll down, you can see this control over here. You can also move this over here, because this is the trackpad. So you can also scroll up and down and select the star. That's it. And temporary flight plan, insert. Now in this flight plan, there is always a discontinuity, because this approach is actually flown using the vectors given by the ATC. So as today I'm not using ATC, and I don't want to get into that hassle, so that's why I will be deleting this discontinuity. But for this, you have to first of all delete this manual waypoint. Just delete it, temporary insert, and then delete the discontinuity, and now everything is good. You can also change the view from here on the navigation display. Just zoom out a bit, and now you can look at the complete flight plan, and you can see everything is good, and you can move it back to ARC. That's it. Now after the flight plan, you have fuel and payload. You can even go back to this page in it, and you can just go through this sequence. So we have set the departure. These are the nav aids. So you have the frequency for the VORs and plus the ILS. So once I'm near Qatar, this frequency will also change. Let's get back to initialization, and let's get the fuel and payload. It's really easy to enter the fuel and payload. It's really nice. Just click over here, press enter, enter, and enter. And amazing. So configuring this MFD is really nice for the flight. And the passengers you have to enter manually. That is 367 passengers for this flight. So just press enter, and that's it. Now for the performance, for the takeoff performance, it's again one of the easiest things to do in this plane. Just simply you go over here, takeoff performance, sync the information from the FMS. You can also get it from the sim brief, but as now I have configured the FMS, I can get the information from FMS, and sync the runway and the weather condition and everything. Just press compute, send to FMS, and confirm, and that's it. So you have the speeds, it's flex to temp, and the flex temperature is 63 degrees centigrade. This is basically the reading for the trimmable horizontal stabilizer. For the takeoff, it's automatically adjusted. You can see it over here. And the flaps are 1 for this flight. Transition altitude. Let's get the transition altitude. Let me just get the Navigraph charts. And let's make sure that we have the right transition altitude for this flight. So I'm going to unload it and import the flight plan from SimBrief. It's in the night mode. Actually, last night I was doing a flight. Let's get the SID, and transition altitude is 13,000 feet. And it is 13,000 feet. So I will just close it, and that's it. Now the flight plan is ready. One more thing, this plane has a built-in checklist. You can go through it. You can bring the checklist over here on this MFD, on the left one, or on the right one. So if I can just get the checklist. So cockpit preparation, gears, pins and covers, they have been removed, and fuel quantity, it's set. Now it's time to turn on the seatbelt signs, as the fueling is now complete. So I can turn on the seatbelt signs. I can turn on the no smoking. This is no smoking. Yes. No mobile, and just arm the emergency exit lights. Strobe is set to auto. It's actually a blinking light, a white blinking light. It's on once the plane leaves the runway, and it keeps on blinking throughout the flight. And once the plane lands and exits the runway, it's off. So let's keep it at auto. Beacon is a light which is at the top and the bottom of the plane, which tells the crew on the ground that you're about to start the plane. Actually, it's really bright right now. Yeah, you can see it's blinking, so it's good. Nav lights are on, which are on the wingtips. So it's over here. One is over here and another one is on the other side. The green and the red lights. And the logo, I have set it to auto. You can turn it on, and that's it. And these are the lights for the taxi. So once I'm about to taxi, I will just turn on these lights. Oxygen supply for the crew, let's turn it on. Let's turn on all the fuel pumps. That's it. And now it's time to turn on the APU. And this is the switch for the APU. Just give it like 3-4 seconds, and then you can start the APU, like 1, 2, 3 and 4. That's it. Good. Now over here on this eCam, you will see that the APU is running, and soon it will be available. Now we have to set the barrel. Just press comma on your keyboard, and you will get the QNH. The cruising altitude, I just forgot. It's 29,000. Let me just go back to the... sorry, not from here. From here. It is 29,000. So I will just set the altitude to 29,000. I will be climbing in the manage mode. So if there is any constraint, it will be fixed. So this is the FCU, the flight control unit. These controls actually give commands to the autopilot. So you can interact with the autopilot using this panel. And then you have the EFS. Let's turn on the constraints over here on the navigation display. I will just also move this knob all the way to down to get the airport map. And let's turn on the weather radar, constraint and weather. Although it's never cloudy over here in this part of the world during summers. It takes some time. Let's wait. And that's it. So the plane is over here. So baro reference done. Checklist complete. Let's see if we have any other item. So before the start, you have to disengage the parking brakes and take off speed and thrust. It's done. Slides are armed, and nose wheel disconnect memo. Let's check it, because once you have the pushback tug, the nose wheel is disconnected. I will just keep it like this, or maybe you can just turn it off, because obviously I cannot like start the pushback without the brakes. Checklist menu, now we have after the start. So let's keep it over here after the start. Now you can see the APU is now available. Now let's turn on the APU bleed. This is the compressed air used to start the engines, and that's it. Now let's go to the ground services, and let's see if all the doors are closed. Yes. Let's get rid of the jetway, get rid of the chocks, and the GPU. And that's it. Now this is something really interesting. If I zoom out, I can see which runway is being used for the takeoff. If you zoom out, you can see this is the one, 3-3, right? So I will be like taxiing in this direction. That's it. So this gives you a very good idea. Now another thing that I have to do is this turn on the transponder. So from here, you can do it over here on the screen, but I just keep the flight plan and everything over here. So let's select the flight plan. And from here, I can select the serve. This is actually surveillance. You can see this button is over here, surveillance. You can click it. Right now you can see that weather and predictive wind shear is off. Just set it to auto, and the transponder, let's set it to auto. And TCAS is TARA, which is traffic advisory and resolution advisory. So it's on, and let's keep it at normal. Although I've turned on the traffic because, then it's a nuisance. Yesterday I was doing a flight and I was trying to land at Dubai International Airport, and trust me, there were planes coming from all the sides. So I just turn off the flight, especially when I'm recording a video. And that's it. Let's go back and let's bring up the checklist and after the start. So right now I haven't started the plane. Let's turn off the parking brakes. That's it. Now I can call for the pushback tug. Let's see if it's working. Now you can see it's there. Some beautiful sight. So everything is right now in the manage mode. The speed, the heading, and plus the climb. So let's go back. It actually automatically starts to turn towards the left. I think there is some issue in the Microsoft Flight Simulator. They have to do something about it. It has to be fixed. Okay. Some cable announcements. It just reminds me of all the flights that I've done with Qatar Airways. Even last week I was in Pakistan, and interestingly, I had 4 flights, like Riyadh to Doha, Doha to Islamabad, and then back, Islamabad to Doha, and Doha to Riyadh. All the planes were like A350, and it was really amazing. And plus, I got a surprise business class upgrade, so it was a good surprise. The Q suites are really good. You get some good privacy in the Q suite by Qatar Airways. Okay, so now I can just let's go back. Let's stop it, apply the parking brake. That's it. Now let's start the engine. First of all, let's start engine 1. And now you can see the fuel flow is there. And you can just hear the engines getting started up. Now you can see as the engines are now running, and you have the hydraulic pressure, so that's why the horizontal stabilizer is getting adjusted for the takeoff, and it's automatically carried out. So that's the best thing. Now let's turn on the engine 2. So engine 1 is now available. You can see the fault has disappeared from here, but for the engine 2, the fault is there. So once this message disappears, it means you have the power coming from the engines. Then you can just like turn off the APU, no longer required. This is by far, I think, the best plane in the Microsoft Flight Simulator. And I'm just really enjoying it. All the features are working. And one thing which I told you at the beginning, that there is this one feature which I really enjoyed. It's the air conditioning feature. So I will just show it to you during the flight. It actually works. I thought it doesn't work, but it works. You can like change the air conditioning, and the temperature increases and decreases. So it's really hot right now. Is in this part of the world. It's just in the middle of the desert. It goes up to like 46, 47 degrees centigrade. So now engine 2 is also available, and that's it. So I can turn off the APU, And let's set the lights to taxi, and let's turn on the wing lights, and that's it. Now let's set the flaps to the takeoff position, the ground spoilers, and this is auto brake. So if you press it, the auto brake is on. Now anti-ice is not required because I'm not flying in the icing conditions. And let's do the flight control test. So over here you will see this flight control, and let's do the flight control test. Let's check the ailerons. You can see they're working, and the rudder. And that's it. So flight control check, ignition to normal, that's it. Park and brake on, weather and PWS is on, everything is good. All the buttons are black, so it means everything is good. That's the best thing about Airbus. And let's release the parking brakes, and let's take this plane to the runway for the flight. That's it. So flight controls check, ground clearance for the takeoff, and that's it. Checklist complete, and let's give some power. Oh, sorry. Let me just, as I told you before, I have some issues with my controllers, so kindly excuse me for that. Maybe I buy a new one. So for the taxi, flap set, radar on, takeoff configuration test. Once this cabin ready message disappears, then you can just do the test for the takeoff configuration. This is the best thing in this plane, that you get the airport chart, the airport diagram. It's really good. So you actually know where to go. So if you're even using some airport which you are not familiar with, you can use this option to navigate your way through the airport. I will also do one flight with the Beyond ATC. It works really good with it, especially when you have an approach where you have to fly an approach using the vectors given by the ATC. It works really well with that. These sounds are so typical. Once you're in the plane, it just reminds me of all the travels that I've carried out. Do also let me know of your experience in real life with the Airbus A350. Which route you took. Maybe I can do that flight as well. Yesterday I was doing this flight in Australia, and it was good. Now the runway is there, so let's take this left turn. Just stop before the runway. Set the lights to take off, and then let's look left and right for any airplane. Although I've turned off the traffic, but still I will do that. It's fun. Let's stop, and let's set the light to take off, and that's it. Left and right, there's nothing. And takeoff configuration, just check it. Now it's done, and check this menu. Yeah, it works like this. Sorry for that. And line up, cabin secured, That's it. Takeoff runway, both, and packs 1 and 2 on. Checklist complete. That's it. Now I can just like change the view over here on the navigation display. That's it. So let's take this plane to the runway. Initially, I will just move the thrust levers to give 50% of power. Once the engine spool up, then I will just move it to this position. Flex to temp. You can see everything is good. Just push the stick a little bit forward. After 100 knots, I will just release the pressure on it. Let's give 50% of power to the engines. Wait for the engines to spool. And now you can see flex is there. Just release the stick.
V1.
And rotate. That's it. Positive rate of climb. Gears up. And that's it. Thrust reduction altitude is set to 1,500 feet. So at this altitude, I will be moving the thrust levers to climb. That's it. And let's turn on the autopilot right now and let's give some work to autopilot. So the thrust levers are on climb. Everything is good. After this speed, I can just retract the flaps. And that's it. Now this is the green dot speed. The plane can fly without any flaps and slats. It's a deaccelerated climb. I can just disarm the ground spoilers. That's it. Let's see where the top of climb is. This is the point. Some good view of the desert. I actually enjoy sitting like this and enjoying the flight in the jump seat. This gives you a good view. Shift space and I'm back. There's this error. If you zoom out a lot, you know, this thing happens in this plane. I think maybe it's a bug which will be fixed in some time. You can see. So if you zoom in, then it just goes away. So And plus, you also get the vertical path over here. This is the point at which the speed will increase after 10,000 feet. So it also gives you a good perspective. Different altitudes are appearing over here. Then you have the speed constraints, you have the altitude constraints. At this point, you should be above 13,000 feet or flight level 130. And if you press this option en route, you can like get the map. The plane actually flies over Dammam, and then it flies over Bahrain, and then from here it lands at the airport. So you can look at the map from here as well. Soon I will be crossing 10,000 feet. Once the plane is at the cruising altitude, then I will do the settings for the approach. You have to enter the destination data, the QNH, the wind, the minimums and everything. So I will just configure it once the plane is at the cruising altitude, because we still have some good ground to cover. Now above 10,000 feet, I can turn off the seatbelt signs and let the passengers enjoy the flight. Turn off the lights. And that's it. Logo, I will set it auto. And that's it. Nothing else required. Flaps are retracted, and the speed brakes are also deactivated. And that's it. Everything is good. No error message over here. So everything is good so far. So now I will just wait for the plane to reach the top of climb over here, and then I will just enter the destination data for the approach. Now the plane is at the cruising altitude, and soon it will be near the top of descent. So let's configure it for the approach. So let's go to the MFD and go to this option performance. Now over here you will see approach. So you have to enter the wind information, and then the outside temperature, the QNH, and the minimums. So I can get this from the Navigraph. If I just go over here, although you can also get it from the operational flight plan, but I'll use this option. So just click this and open airport, and then you have the weather. So first of all, the wind is 20 degrees at 16 knots. So let's enter it over here. 20. Press enter. 16 knots. Enter. And the outside temperature is 39 degrees centigrade. I think it's higher than this. Right now, let me just check the weather. It's 3 p.m. and it's 43 in Riyadh. So I think it will be higher than this. Okay. And humidity 35%. It's usually more than 70-80% in Qatar, Bahrain, Dubai at this time. And altimeter is 906. 906. And let's press enter. And let's get the minimums. So let's go back and let's go to the flights and runway 34 left. This is the category 2 and 3. So let's pin it, and so I will keep it at 113 for Barrow. 113, which is 100 feet above the runway, because the runway elevation is 13 feet. So let's press enter. And as soon as I'm near the runway, I will also activate the approach phase. The landing will be with the full flaps, and the approach speed is 139 knots. That's it. Transition altitude is 13,000 feet. So let's fix it over here. Flight level 130 instead of 150. Press enter. And that's it. That's what's required for the landing. Now you can see the top of descent is over here. So some little more distance to cover, and then I will start the descent. Let me just check one more thing. The target altitude for the descent is 2,500, if I'm not wrong. Uh, 3,500 at MCAT. So this is the point at which you will be like intercepting the localizer and going for the approach and landing. This is 14.9 nautical miles before the runway, and just like 7.8 nautical miles before the runway, and the plane will start to descend. It's 3-degree slope. When we are heading is 336. So also let's confirm if we have the ILS frequency. Just go to this option NAVRAD, and the identifier is HJJ, you can see, and 111.9, it's there. Course is 335, it's 336, so let's adjust the course, 336, and let's press enter. So slope is minus 3 degrees, and class is ILS. That's it. Let me just keep performance over here so that I can just activate the approach. So that's what's required. Now let's wait for the top of descent, and then I will start the descent. Now the plane is turning right. Soon it will be crossing Bahrain. This is Bahrain. Yep, exactly. Now I just wanted to show you the air conditioning thing. So right now you can see the cabin and the cockpit temperature, 20 degrees centigrade and 19 to 21. This is the temperature in the cargo. So let me just decrease the temperature over here in the cockpit, and let's see how cold it gets. It really works. That day I was really enjoying it. You can see the temperature dropping over here. I took it up to 17 degrees. And you can see this temperature changes. The cabin altitude is 4,500, 7.8 psi. You can see the temperature is now dropping, 19. It goes up to 17. And 18. See. So this is something really interesting. I just wanted to show you if you want to increase the temperature. So I will just keep it over here. That's it. So let's wait for the top of descent, and then I will just take you from there. Now the plane is near the top of descent, so let's adjust the altitude to 3,500. And I think I should change the units to 1,000. It will take some time. It's not working? Okay, we can just like do it like this and start the descent now. Now it's working. Yeah. 3,500. So you get this vertical deviation indicator over here. So if it's in the middle, it means you are following the vertical path, which is over here. And if it's over here, it means you are below the vertical path. And if it's below, it means you are going above the vertical path. So it should be in the middle. The speed is reducing, and if you see that the plane is not following the vertical path while the speed is getting reduced, then you can apply the speed brakes. As you can see, now the plane is deviating from the vertical path. Oops. That's good. So the target speed is 250. And I can apply the speed brakes. As you can see, speed brakes are applied. You can see it over here as well. Now the speed is reducing. I can also activate LS to get the ILS frequency and plus the ILS information over here. As soon as the plane is near the airport, you will also see the distance. There's some ground to cover. There is a constraint at flight level 80, which is 8,000 feet. Let me just get the flight plan over here as well. That's it. So right now, the plane is 108 nautical miles away from the runway. 107 nautical miles. Still some ground to cover. Now the plane is at 7,400 feet. I have turned on the lights for the landing. Seatbelt signs are on. And let's arm the ground spoilers for the landing. And the auto brakes, let's set them. You can get this menu over here and you can just scroll through it to get different settings for the auto brakes. I'm flying in the dry conditions, so I'll just keep it like this. And I'll just turn on the auto brake. You can see it's set to medium, required for the landing. Now, soon the plane will be taking 2 right turns towards the approach. It's following the vertical path, so everything is good. And at this time, I can also activate approach. And let's confirm, and that's it. Now the speed will reduce, but it will not go below the green dot speed. For that, you have to extend the flaps. Let's apply the speed brake so that we have a higher vertical speed. It's set to position 1, the flaps. You can see the ILS indicator is also over here. Now 15.2 nautical miles away. Flaps are set to position 1. I will be going for auto land. I can also activate approach over here. Then the plane will actually follow the glide slope and align with the localizer. You can see right now the plane is in the nav mode and the localizer is locked or armed, and glide slope is also armed. So as soon as the plane is going towards the runway, this will become active, and I will be going for an auto land because this plane can auto land. So it's a category 3 ILS approach. All the lights are on, so everything is looking good. Let's cross check. Let me just bring the checklist and let's see if we have missed anything. Approach, battery ref, minimums, it's all set. And let's check the checklist again for landing. Landing gear down. 6 nautical miles before the runway, I will just lower the gears. Ground spoilers armed. And flaps for landing. That's it. So everything is good now. Now you can see localizer is active now instead of armed. The plane is following the localizer. And so far the plane is descending using the managed mode, but it's not following the glide slope. It's armed, But as soon as this diamond is in the middle, then the glide slope will also become active. This will show the plane is following the glide slope. I can also turn on the autopilot 2 for auto land. Now you can see that land 3 dual is active. When you turn on autopilot 1 and 2, then it's auto land. But make sure that before you turn on autopilot, you have this approach button on. Otherwise, autopilot 2 will not work. Flight director 1 and 2 is active. Auto throttle is working. Minimum is there. Now the plane is following the glide slope, 10 nautical miles. At 8 nautical miles, I will set the flaps to position 2. And the speed will reduce. I will be doing more flights with this plane, and I will be uploading the videos on my channel. I'm thinking of doing something around the world. It's been a very long time since this plan is on my list. I've not been able to do it, but now I think with this plane I can do it. It's a very nice, easy and simple plane to fly. Some little more ground to cover, 8.7 nautical miles. Now I can set the flaps to position 2. As you can see, the flaps are getting extended.
2,500.
And here's the runway 34 left. So just make sure everything is good. Yes.
2,000.
Now 6 nautical miles to go, so let's lower the gears. You will also get the message over here on the ECAM, electronic centralized aircraft monitor. Only the flaps left, so I can now extend full flaps. And the checklist is complete, so let's get rid of it. It's 3:40 right now in Qatar. Qatar and Saudi has the same time, in the same time zone. Bahrain, Qatar and Saudi, they have the same time. UAE has a different time, plus 4 GMT.
1,000.
1,000 feet to go. So hopefully it's a good landing. Let me just change this view, Ellis, and let's see. The plane is following the localizer, it's following the glide slope. So everything is good. All I have to do is this, that just move the thrust levers to idle and then activate the reverse thrust, and that's it. And then I will just move towards the parking gate.
500.
500 feet to go.
400. 300. 200. 100 above. 100. 90. 80. Minimum 70. 60. 50, 40, 30,
30,
20, retard,
idle,
10,
and
5,
oops, that was a bad one. I don't know, it never happens. But I just took the controls. That was bad. I don't know, just drifted left. I was just trying this auto land. Let's deactivate the reverse thrust. It was a disaster. Something has to happen. If the video is going good, something really has to happen. Let's get rid of this error. Let's bring up the airport chart. It works perfectly all right. I don't know what happened right now. Let's turn on the AVU. This lag happens when you try to load the map from the Navigraph on the navigation display. This is something which I think should be fixed. And that's it. I can apply the parking brakes. There. Thrust lever is in the idle position. And let's turn off the engines, as the APU is now available. That's it. And let's turn off the seatbelt signs. Let's turn off the lights. That's it. Ground services. Let's see if I can get the GPU. The GPU and the chocks. That's it. External power available. So now I can turn off the APU. Let's turn off the fuel pumps. And that's it. Parking. So parking brake chocks done. Wing lights off. Checklist complete. Let's go to this option serve and let's turn off the transponder and the weather radar. That's it. So now this plane is ready for the next flight. If you want to store, there is another checklist that you can just go through. If you want to just like completely shut down the plane, or if you want to do another flight, then you can just like make a new flight plan. Oh, the blinking lights happening again. Thank you very much for staying with me. I hope this was a useful video for you. If you want to add anything to this video, the comment section is there for you. Or if you want to ask me any question, the comment section is there for you. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Really need some good support from you guys so that I can just keep on making more content for you all. Thank you very much for staying with me. Have a nice day. Hope to see you soon.